This episode of the Leading Me Legendary podcast is brought to you by Vinyl Me Please. Join their Record of the Month club at www.joinvmp.com/LABL.
Let me live out my dream. Let me live out as what I intended to be. If you doubted me, then I can probably see why my success is not what you expected of me. But I'ma live out my dream. So let me live out my dream. Let me live. Hey, let me live.
All right, check. Y'all tuned in to another episode of the LABL podcast, Leading Me Legendary. I'm your host, name tag Alexander. Trying something different. I'm not really, it's no guests, basically, this episode. And I'm not used to just talking into this mic to myself. It's pretty damn weird. But at the same time, if you're listening, it's almost like we having a conversation and I just can't hear your reply. So that's kind of how I'm looking at it. But I wanted to share this while it was fresh on the brain. And that's pretty much, I kind of want to share the experience that I've been having over the last maybe like year and a half. And I don't want this to be one of those like cliche, inspirational, forced, motivated, positive episodes. Not saying there's anything wrong with that. However, we need that in our life. But I don't want it to come off as cliche or like it's being forced, because it's not. I'm just sharing this while it's fresh on the brain, and I'm trying something new. Like I say, just kind of getting my thoughts out there instead of just keeping them crammed in or trying to spew them onto somebody else. And a lot of time people got shit to do. They probably don't really want to listen, but you got time to always come back and listen to this, or just listen to it now if you ain't got shit to do. But anyway, I want to say over the last maybe like I say, year and a half, maybe 2 years, that I'm noticing a lot as far as music, when it comes to like me having control of my career as an independent artist, songwriter, that it's important to write things down. Not talking about song lyrics. I'm saying ideas, any dope idea or whatever idea to yourself that you feel is dope, that's developing in your mind or already developed, write it down. Write it down, because the idea is already developed in your brain. So it's like it's partial. It has partial life now, if that makes sense. So now you write it down, you basically you already had the thought. Now you're giving that idea life. Writing it down is so important because it's you seeing it like, okay, yeah, so I think it'd be dope if or not. I don't even want to say an idea. Ideas are important though, because if you write it down, now you can go back and see, okay, this is shit I thought of, and this is what I'm about to start trying to get going, and get out here with. But I noticed that the moment it kind of started when the whole shit happened with the song, the Play to Win joint that was off the Tag Alexander EP. And I've told this story for the most part before about how we ended up getting on ESPN First Take. Me, my brother, Black Beethoven, he did the beat. And that happened in a sense of me just being on the right social media platform at the right time and communicating with the right person to connect me to the even more right person, if that makes sense. But that wasn't anything that I wrote down. That I wanted to happen. It was something that I was just prepared for. I had everything together from as far as like on an administrative side of, but going from there, I was like, damn, I did that once. I could do it again. From that point, like I said, I'm sharing this from my own personal experience. sometimes, people may just want to wing it. Writing it down might not work for you. You might just, no, if it was meant to happen, it's going to happen, and, divine order, whatever. But writing shit down for me works. Because from that point, I started, and excuse the pauses, but I'm just like trying to gather my thoughts as I speak. I don't want to just talk and spew shit that sounds stupid, even though I can edit it. But from that point, I was like, all right, that happened one time. That was my first time. That was a big deal for me, and it wasn't like a label did it for me. I did it myself. As far as getting in contact with the right party that was going to get me onto the show, my music. But from that point, I'm like, well, shit, I can keep this going. All right, it's going to happen again. I started writing it down in my phone. It's not the same when you write down like your plans or like your goals in your phone. That's like cool to do it. Like I do it here and there, and I'd save it to like Microsoft Word or something as a document. But it's nothing like writing it down on paper. So what I would do is I still write in my notebooks a lot as far as my rhymes, as opposed to just typing them in. I know that's a thing, like just typing them in your phone. Only time I really type them in my phone, like the lyrics, is if obviously I know I got to submit them or like put them onto like Genius or sites like that or whatever, or in the lyrics section on Bandcamp. That's generally why I would write them in my phone. And then sometimes I might have some bars in my head that I ain't really got a whole verse together for yet, but it's like, all right, let me jot that down in the phone real quick. But for the most part, I'm still going to my notebook and writing it down, even if I need to copy it from the notebook to the phone or vice versa. Anyway, I started writing down like how I was going to get more music placed in TV and film, or independent films or commercials for that matter. And here we are. Let's fast forward, maybe a year and a half, 2 years ahead, and there's been more placements. Now, I'm not saying I'm rich off of this shit. Obviously, I ain't wealthy. I ain't rich. I ain't even a thousandaire. You know what I'm saying? But it's the point that it's I got my own career in control, and I'm designing how how I want this to happen. I'm not saying, obviously, with a higher being, things can go a different way. But what I'm saying is, me writing these things down led me to like from point A to point B. And again, I say it because you're writing it down and you're going back. You can actually look at what you said you were going to do and be like, oh yeah, that's what I'm going to do. It's a reminder. You know what I'm saying? Like I even went to a point where I was utilizing my calendar, my Google Calendar. And a lot of y'all need to do that. It's right there. It's on your phone. It's on your iPads, tablets, or whatever. Utilize your calendar. And it got to a point, and they might remember this, I was scheduling stuff on my calendar. Like one day, it'll be like Monday. I'm like, all right, bet. Monday, what I'm going to do is everything that's sync related to music licensing, I'm going to work on that today. Tomorrow, what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to write some rhymes, whatever, make some new songs. And then, all right, Wednesday, what's going to happen is just podcast work. Everything is related to podcasting, whether it's listening to it or creating talk points for another episode, I'm going to do it. And it was working because I was consistent, like episodes at one point, like back to back, each week. But then I was like, man, fuck all that. I'm dropping the episode when I feel like, I got something to say, or it's somebody that I might want to interview. You know what I mean? Or some information I really need to get out there. But me writing that down, I was putting it on my calendar, and I was adding like I said, my brother, I was adding Beethoven. I was even adding DDT, and I was adding Dean Garcia at the time. And they'd tell you, it was like I would always they would accept the invitation. I don't know why, but they would accept it. I don't even know why I was sending it. Was it like validation? That's what I'm looking at it now. Like, was it just to show like, look, I'm putting in effort to get this shit done? And I started thinking like, that's pointless. I ain't got nothing to prove to them. This is me that I'm trying to, convince that as long as I put it out there in the universe, whether it be on my phone or on paper, that it's going to get done. But then that shit stopped working. I stopped checking the alerts. I stopped, and it was like, it would go off. I'll look, oh yeah, I got to do that around this time or whatever. And probably would never get it done. It just became too much. However, I just decided, well, let me just go ahead and buy like a little bootleg planner or whatever. And my mom used to have one like back in the early 90s. She had like this back when people used to have a phone book and the numbers you had to write in the phone book. You always see somebody would change their number, you scribble the number out, or if you had, erase it if it was in pencil or whatever. But anyway, she would have that. She would also have like a planner on, things that she just knew she needed to get done. Did all those things get done? I don't know. Never asked, whatever. However, on my part, as of today, bought this little planner. And what I do, I write down, for one, of course, you always want to write down the big goals, but at the same time, I still write down what's realistic. And 9 times out of 10, it's like it's subconsciously like I'm getting it done, not even thinking about the fact that I wrote it down. I write it down, I look it over, might revisit it the next day or so, but then after that, for like the remaining week or two, because sometimes I do it for like a week and write it down like what I need to get done. Sometimes I do it for like 2 weeks if I know I got a lot. Look at it maybe like one time, come back like midweek or something and check like, oh damn, I got like half of this list done. And I don't know what it is, but when you write this shit down, it's damn, you bringing it. And like I say, it might work for me. It might not work for you, but you bringing this shit to life. However, you got to act on it though. You want to write it down like, all right, you might want to start let's say a t-shirt line or whatever. I ain't saying write it down and just boom, there it is. No, you got to take the necessary steps, whether it's research or like who you need to plug with to, get shit moving basically. I know it worked for me. Overall, write it down. Write it down. Bring it to life, because ain't nothing worse than having an idea develop in your mind and you talk to your people about, man, wait till I do this, or I'm trying to do such and such or whatever, and then a whole bunch of other shit happen, pushes it to the back of your mind, and now you ain't even thinking about it no more. You done forgot, and then guess what? You fast forward, that same idea you had, somebody else done took the same fucking idea or something similar, and they running with it. Probably because they wrote it down. Probably because they acted on what they wrote down, or even if they typed it out or whatever, they ain't just talk about it. You gotta like act on that, because like you ain't got nobody really to convince but you. Honestly, you the one that you gotta convince, and that goes to another topic, to where I think it's important that we search. Sometimes we need to be reassured. That I think that's just human anyway. And when it comes to like your craft or your career, whatever it is you're trying to do, it is way, 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 way important to like believe in your ability than others do. Because I could be a dope MC all day and people can say that all day. But if I don't believe in it enough, if I don't believe in my ability to create some dope rhymes or some songs or whatever, then I'm stuck. I don't elevate from there. It's just like I'm at surface level. Can't elevate any further. My whole thing is, yeah, I'm nice, but I think it's just probably best if I should probably just rap on these only type of beats, and that's it. I'm stuck. Cause I don't believe in my ability that I can take it to the next level. It is more than believing that you're dope. And I think I'm gonna end it on this, but it is way more about just believing that you're dope, pretty much. I'm hoping that makes sense. You can know you're dope. It's a lot of people that's dope. But what are you doing now to get to that next step? You got what the sauce? You got the sauce. Now, take that sauce and mix it in the pot, whatever you're cooking, you know. So believe in you, pretty much. I had to learn that. I knew I had the ability. I'm like, all right, I'm good, I'm dope. But something just, I felt grounded, like to where it's just like, dang, I ain't really. Oh shit, it's more. Then I, it kind of clicked. Like, you know what? It's more than just about knowing what you're capable of. It's about actually believing in it, and then just like shocking folks. Like, oh shit, I knew he was good, or I knew she was good, but I didn't know they had that in them. Damn. Write it down and believe in your dopeness. I'm going to end it on that. Peace. For listeners of the Lead and Be Legendary podcast, Vinyl Me Please is a Vinyl Record of the Month club, one of the dopest record clubs, in fact. Every month, Vinyl Me Please features one album that is essential to the modern vinyl collection and sends it out to thousands of members worldwide. So basically what's done is they celebrate one dope vinyl record every month and deliver an exclusive pressing of it right to your door. They'll also include an original 12x12 album-inspired artwork and a cocktail recipe to sweeten the deal even more. What else is included? You get special edition vinyl records you're not going to get anywhere else, flat out. Get it? Because vinyl was flat? All right, whatever. When they say special edition, it means exactly that. Vinyl Me works closely with both the record label and artists to come up with something you actually can't find anywhere else. So I'm talking colored vinyl, custom lyric books, exclusive artwork, personal notes from the artist, and much more. The only thing that you won't have a surprise for each month is how much you end up just vibing to the music, obviously though. As far as the membership, it has flexible and easy memberships that work for you. We know that trusting someone else, well, I guess that kind of depends on who they are, but trusting someone else to curate or let's just say put together your record collection can turn out kind of whack. You've had your whole life to fine-tune your taste, and we certainly don't want to get in the way of that. That's why they have swaps. At Vinyl Me Please, with swaps, you can exchange a feature record with one from the VMP archive or a limited set of store titles. This way, even though you're trying new things, you won't be forced to take a title you already have or know in advance it isn't right for you. That plus, there's no contract, no strings, no guilt trips. You really can cancel at any time. There's no hidden fees either. And most importantly, top shelf customer service to make sure you get the answers and help you need as soon as humanly possible. To join their record club, go to www.joinvmp.com/LABL. Again, that's www.joinvmp.com/LABL to join Vinyl Me Please today. The link is in the episode's description.